It's Wobbly Bob's Dial-Up Internet Show!
Hello, this is Wobbly Bob. We're here at Wobbly Bob's Dial-Up Internet Show, and we're going to have a bit of a conversation today about gaming. Is gaming too violent? On line one, we have...
My name's Judith. I'm 72 years young, and I'm all for video game violence.
Right, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting from you, if I'm honest, Judith. First of all, let's take with this 72 years young. You're not 72 years young, you're 72 years old, aren't you?
What a rude young man.
No, I'm not young. I'm in my 50s, it's fine.
Do you know what? This is exactly the kind of abuse I've come to expect from today's internet generation. And you know what? Whenever I do encounter that sort of nonsense, I fire up the latest Mortal Kombat and I rip their spines out.
Oh, so you rip their spines out? Do you do that for real or just metaphorically in the game?
Oh, with my wrists, I'm lucky if I can get a cup of tea to my mouth. But the power that I do have left, I use to attack people online. People think that violence online, especially in video games, is a terrible thing, but I find it a great release. I probably would have slaughtered people by now, if not for video games.
I've got to be honest, Judith, I'm quite glad you're on the other end of the line and not actually in the room with me.
Because I'd kill you.
Yes, that would probably be it. Although, by the sense of it, you're probably quite weak and I could maybe overpower you, but I am only a puppet, so it's pretty unlikely. So, all right then, Judith, what other sort of games do you like? Is there anything, other kind of non-violent games that you prefer, or...?
Well, it all goes back to the days when I played Manic Miner on the Amstrad CPC 464. And the colours and the sounds, I was absolutely blown away. But my favourite part was when a giant boot would come down and squish the player character.
Oh, the Monty Python reference at the end. Yes, that was very nice, yes.
Or was that Manic Miner? Did I say Manic Miner?
No, it was Jet Set Willy.
Ah, Jet Set Willy. Yeah. Well, you get to my age, the faculties start to go.
Yeah.
But seeing that little sprite completely destroyed, it made my day. And as soon as the availability of Mortal Kombat. Can't stress how much I love Mortal Kombat.
You have mentioned that. I'm glad you enjoy that.
I've got the arcade machine in my garage. Oh. I get Betty and Mabel round, and we have a tournament. And whoever loses has to pay for all the cocaine.
Oh, cocaine.
Well, as I say, I'm getting weaker and weaker. I need something to stimulate the killing muscles in my hands.
Is perhaps a full-size cabinet not a bit athletic for you then? Would you not be better off using a joypad from a console?
You see, there speaks a young man. It was all about the arcade for me. That's where the people, we were baptised in blood and 10-pence pieces. That's where you truly separate the gaming men from the gaming boys. Or in my case, OAPs. But as I say, these days, a big bumper Coke and I can do a tournament with the best of them. I destroyed a Japanese man online the other day. He was furious. Or was he not? I can't tell. It's a mysterious language.
Okay, I was actually going to ask you if you've considered doing any eSports and that kind of thing. So is that a thing that you're interested in? Maybe getting big in career or something like that?
Well, I don't like to travel, and there's so much soup involved in their diet. I'm just not sure I'd take well to the climate. Plus, I just like being at home. I'm a homebody. My ideal setup would be to have every Mortal Kombat game in my garage, and I'd have all the games. I do have all the games for my consoles in the front room, and I'd just play with friends.
Well, that's definitely a thing to do. Certainly, I'm glad that you feel that way. One quick question.
Yes.
Do you think perhaps, because we've talked a lot about fighting games, and that's great because they're what you would call hyper-realistic, I think is the correct term.
Mm-hmm.
What about shooting games? Sort of, Call of Duty, COD, that sort of thing. What do you think about COD or Halo, those sorts of games?
Well, I always prefer the World War II based games because there's nothing quite like thrashing a Nazi, is there? I like when COD was World War II and World War I thought that was great. Bit of Battlefield 1944. Tremendous. But I don't like these futuristic ones where they're up in space shooting each other, or Red Faction when they're up on Mars. I just don't care for those kind of games. I like to know my enemy. I like to see a nasty Nazi and just pop him in the head like a big melon going off. That's what I live for. Oh, that hurt my finger.
Okay, well, we don't want to hurt your finger any more than possible, Judith, because otherwise you won't be able to play Mortal Kombat later against, was it Betty, did you say? Yes?
Betty and Mabel will
Betty
come
and Mabel.
round, they'll bring their homemade scones, we'll have those, a few bumps of coke, and then we'll have a big old tournament.
I think you should maybe get the Women's Institute to make you some space cakes, some space brownies. That might help relax you a little bit.
Oh, what a marvellous idea. Thank you, young man.
Well, no problem at all. Thank you for your time there, Judith, and off you pop and enjoy your killing spree.
God bless.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again for more.